Here is an uncomfortable but unfortunately relevant reminder. Ramadan is the month of fasting, not feasting. If we spend the entire day restraining ourselves from food and drink, only to overindulge as soon as the sun sets, we have to pause and ask whether we are truly embodying the spirit of the fast. If the purpose of Ramadan is discipline and God consciousness, then our evenings should reflect that purpose just as much as our days. Welcome to Al-Fitra Lifestyle, a channel dedicated to holistic Islamic wellness. Please consider subscribing to our channel to make sure you don't miss our future uploads. Your support also helps us grow and reach more people. Throughout the day, fasting trains us to say no to impulses. We feel hunger and we do not respond. We feel thirst and we delay gratification. We may even feel irritation or fatigue, yet we strive to manage it with patience. This is structured training for the mind, body, and soul. However, the training does not end at sundown. Breaking the fast does not mean switching from restraint to excess. If the hours of hunger build discipline, but the evening undoes it through overeating and indulgence, then we are interrupting the very process that Ramadan was supposed to cultivate. It is easy to slip into a mindset of compensation. After a long day without food, it feels natural to think that it is acceptable to eat a day's worth of food in one sitting. Then, in anticipation of the next long day of fasting, we might eat another day's worth before dawn. Do you see what happens? It is easy to fall into excess, especially for those privileged enough not to worry about the amount of food they buy and consume. Tables become heavier, portions become larger, and the intimate moment of breaking the fast with humble food, using that precious moment to make supplications, turns into what is too commonly dubbed an iftar party. The Prophet, peace be upon him, gave clear guidance about moderation when he said, "A human being fills no worse vessel than his stomach. It is sufficient for a human being to eat a few mouthfuls to keep his spine straight. But if he must fill it, then 1/3 for food, 1/3 for drink, and 1/3 for air." This principle does not pause during Ramadan. In fact, Ramadan is when it becomes most meaningful. The hunger of the day is meant to soften the heart and discipline the nafs, not to justify excess at night. There is a clear difference between nourishing the body and overwhelming it, and Ramadan teaches us to recognize that boundary. There is also a practical reality that we cannot ignore. A heavy iftar affects the body in immediate ways. Large portions and heavy foods often lead to sluggishness, mental fog, and sleepiness. Standing in prayer becomes more difficult, focus during recitation decreases, and the night that was meant for worship begins to revolve around digestion and recovery. Our physical state matters. A moderate meal supports worship, while an excessive one competes with it. The Prophet, peace be upon him, would break his fast with fresh dates or dry dates, and if those were not available, then with water. Today, however, it is easy for the conversation around Ramadan to revolve around recipes, menus, and nightly spreads. Sometimes, the table in Ramadan becomes more extravagant than at any other time of the year, competing only with Eid. The month designed to reduce attachment to even simple food and water, and to other impulses as well, should not quietly become the month in which food occupies more mental space than ever before. None of this means we should eliminate joy from iftar. Eating together is something the Sunnah of the Prophet, peace be upon him, encourages. Islam does not promote harsh restriction or unnecessary hardship. What matters is balance, moderation, and clear priorities. A practical shift can be simple. Break the fast with dates and water, as taught in the Sunnah, and allow the body a moment to adjust. Pray before moving to a full meal so that the initial hunger does not dictate portion size. When eating, focus on moderation by choosing balanced, nourishing foods and stopping before reaching fullness. The prophetic guidance of dividing the stomach into thirds offers a timeless framework that applies as much today as it did centuries ago. Ramadan is a month of fasting, not feasting. This reminder is not meant to shame or judge, but to invite reflection and recalibration. If fasting is meant to build self-control, gratitude, and awareness, then those qualities should be visible in the way we break our fast as well. Restraint during the day followed by restraint at night creates consistency. It allows Ramadan to truly shape our habits instead of temporarily suspending them. When moderation carries through from dawn to sunset and beyond, the transformation of Ramadan becomes deeper and more sustainable. When that alignment is present, Ramadan becomes what it was always meant to be, a training ground for discipline that lasts long after Eid. If you found this video beneficial, please support this channel by liking this video, sharing it with someone who might find it helpful, and subscribing to make sure you don't miss future uploads. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.